4 minutes, maybe just over 4 minutes of racing for these girls. So certainly not as quick as the 36 seconds we just saw from the K1 men's 200, and a very, very differently paced race as they're often racing now. And I think it is Zoe Clark in the black boat in lane 4. She's had the better of the start throughout the whole field there. Jazzy Raywood on her right-hand side. She's maybe just been dropped a little bit, but don't count her out. She's an Iron Woman from Australia, so loves the long stuff and loves to hurt herself, that's for sure. I think also maybe in lane 6 there, Kitty from the Netherlands. The Dutch athletes, the Dutch girls are having a very good weekend and a very good couple of years at the moment. I think her two teammates just made the K1 women's A final in the 500 meter, and we're at the Olympics last year. So success breeds success, Ross. And when you've got some really, really good teammates coming up through the ranks, it's hard not to better yourself as well.
Indeed. Have a look at Kitty Prepper from the Netherlands out there in front by maybe a boat length from Zoe Clark at this stage from Great Britain. Jazzy Raywood really testing my co-commentator's patience today, because Elise Wood did say earlier on that she finds it very, very disturbing that the Australians are wearing different colours every time they go out in the water. And I think Jazzy Raywood is wearing her third different colour combination in 3 days just to really get up Elise Wood's nose. But anyway, that's something that they can take up in private. There you go. You can see her. She's got the yellow singlet on today. But they're all chasing Kitty Prapper at the moment from the Netherlands. As Elise said, her two teammates this morning both qualified for the women's K1 500 gold medal race, and in some style. So the Netherlands having a little bit of it's a Dutch renaissance, if I can be so bold as to get a little bit artistic here on a place where you don't normally expect that in the commentary of a B final of the women's K1 1000. So at the moment, it is Kitty Prapper in front, Zoe Clark from Team GB sitting in second place, Jasmine Raywood from Australia in third. And at this stage, at least, they've cleared out from the rest of the field.
Yeah, it's definitely a race in 3 at the moment. And like you said, Kitty Prapper there from the Netherlands. She maybe didn't have the best start out of the whole lot, but she's really settled into her work nicely there. And you can see she's just got a really even, balanced stroke as we come through, maybe with about 400 meters to go now. So as you're kind of coming through that part of the race, you want to be really making sure you're sucking in the big breaths. You know you're going to have to kick very soon. Maybe your kick will come at 250, maybe it'll come at 200 meters to go, or maybe it won't come at all. Maybe you've spent too many bickies at the start of the race. But she does look very, very in control of her stroke, working her legs nicely, working her rotation nicely. But certainly don't count out Zoe Clark at the moment from GB. She has a very good finish on her. I think in that semi-final she did start to come up on the rest, so she'll be looking to start to eye off where she's going to put her finish on. And it does look like she started to pick up now as I say that in that black boat. So she's going to go through these boys there in first position with about a quarter of a boat length on the Dutch paddler there, and then Jazzy Raywood from Australia still in third place.
So it is Zoe Clark. She has made a very big move here, going through the 750 meter mark. Kitty, we're calling her Kitty Prapper, but I see on the side of her boat it's Kitty Schiffhorst, so we'll go with that. Can't go with her, so it is Zoe Clark who's flexed the muscles and moved into an outright lead. Kitty Schiffhorst cannot go with her. Jasmine Raywood looks content to be finishing in third position, but Zoe Clark, as you said, Elise, she's got a really strong finish and just biding her time, waiting for the moment to pounce. And she chose the 750 meter mark, and it was a very decisive move. She goes down to win that B final. Good for her confidence, and good for the confidence generally of Team GB, who, as we've said many, many times, had such a disappointing Paris Olympic campaign. And now to go out and win that, she'd be pretty happy. She looks pretty tired, as you would do after a 1,000-meter race, but pretty content that she has finished 10th in the women's K1 1000. Good race. Well done to Kitty Schiffhorst. We haven't seen a lot of her paddle, so good to see her go out, paddle a brave race. And Jasmine Raywood there, pretty well sat third for most of the race. A very consistent paddle for the Australian, who I think is just looking at the ages, probably the youngest paddler in the field, still just 19 years of age, I think, maybe even 18. Elise, I don't know if you know that off the top of your head, but she certainly hasn't turned 20 yet, so still a teenager.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a former junior world champion in this event as well a few years ago, so knows how to race this race, and still very young, so still a lot of learning to do in her first World Cup circuit on the senior level for her. But you can take nothing away from Zoe Clark. That finish was impeccable. It's almost like she put a gap on with about 3 strokes, and that's what really good 1,000-meter paddlers do. They're able to just create that turn of speed and really put a gap, or maybe catch up to the rest of the field in a few strokes. It's all about really being able to put that power down and time your race to perfection. So there we go, confirmation of the results. Zoe Clark 4:05.36. Kitty Shippost 2.54 seconds behind that, and Jazzy Raywood from Australia in 3rd position.